Hello. Um, this is preparation for my second attempt, or second attempt, my second time, should I say, doing Toastmaster of the evening. So I am going to be the Toastmaster of the evening for the club, the Toastmasters International, which is the club. Now, I'm still learning. I've been going quite a few months now, but I'm still very much a beginner. So you're following me on part of my journey. So this is literally just a sort of run through, a final run through, going over what it entails to be Toastmaster of the evening. So I'm going to do a quick run through as Toastmaster of the evening, minus all of the bits. So if you have a Toastmaster of the evening role coming up, when you're curious about what it involves, then this might be quite useful. I have picked theme, so I'm just going to get right into it and reset and start. So, first thing, we introduce ourselves. Good evening, fellow Toastmasters and honoured guests. How are we all doing this evening? Come on, I said, how are we all doing this evening? Now, let me start with a confession. I'm a recovering perfectionist. It's true. It's true. I used to believe that if something wasn't done perfectly, it wasn't worth doing at all. And do you know what that caused me? A lot of anxiety and unnecessary fear trying anything new. I wouldn't try anything I thought I wouldn't be great at straight away. But after reading my 167th self-help book, I'm sure we've all been there, I suddenly realised something. No one cares. And this became my mantra. No one cares. And I don't mean people are heartless or selfish. I mean, most people are more concerned about themselves than what you are doing. And this is liberating. This light bulb moment freed me from my perfectionist trap that I had created for myself. And this brings me to tonight's theme: progress, not perfection. I want this to be a reminder that small steps forward matter more than waiting for that perfect moment. Think about it. Babies, they don't wait until they can run a marathon before taking those first wobbly steps, do they? Scientists, they don't wait until they've figured everything out before making that groundbreaking discovery. And let's be honest, none of us waited until we're expert speakers before nervously stepping up on our first Toastmasters stage and giving our speech. So tonight, I would like to celebrate every attempt. I want us to celebrate every mistake, every lesson learned, because progress, it's not about getting it right every time. It's about getting better every time. And with that, let's kick off an evening of growth, learning, and more importantly, progress. But before we get started, as Toastmaster of the evening, I need to quickly run through what you can expect from me as Toastmaster of the evening for tonight. Now, there are two main jobs as Toastmaster of the evening that I have. Now, the first one is the behind the scenes work, the pre-meeting jobs of ensuring that all the roles for the meeting's agenda are filled. Now, this can only happen with all the support of you members. And there are about 18 different positions that needed to be filled. And I'm so pleased to say that you phenomenal people made this so easy for me on this occasion. All of you that were contacted directly replied quickly and in a timely manner, which is so crucial, as some of these roles do require a decent chunk of planning and preparation. not to mention practice. So even an extra day can really help. And the final part of being the Toastmaster of the evening, it's really to keep the meeting moving, to keep it flowing. Is to announce the various roles in the appropriate order, keeping to the timed agenda. And on that note, firstly, there is the Zoom Master performed tonight by Bob Nesbitt. Bob, could you please explain your role to us? We'll explain his role. You will thank him. Then there is the role of the timekeeper, performed tonight by our very own Ethan Smith. Ethan, could you please explain this role to us? He will then explain it. Thank you. Then there is the role of the grammarian, performed tonight by our Henry Knight. Could you please explain your role for us? He will explain, and then you thank them. Then there is the role of the topics master, performed tonight by our James Barras Banks. Could you please explain this role to us? And they will explain, and you will thank them. Then there is the role of the general evaluator, performed tonight by Des Haley. Could you please explain this role to us? They will explain, and you will thank them. The next person I would like to introduce is Elizabeth Jessup, who will run the warm-up round. Please welcome Elizabeth to the stage. She will then take over. You shake hands to let her take charge of the stage, let her do the warm-up round. Once she has finished, you will then switch back. And you go through basically a similar process with all the speakers, then the evaluators. Now, I find after the evaluators, it is a fantastic time at this stage to introduce any new guests. So after the final evaluation has been done, the votes have been cast, I would add, on this particular night because of the theme, you don't need to be perfect, you just need to start. And with that in mind, would our new guests here today like to stand up and tell us their names in a few words, what brought them here tonight? And then go through any new guests that want to. They don't have to, it's completely optional. And then there will be a break for about 10 minutes. After the break, it's a simple introduction to the topics master. There is some impromptu speaking, and then again voting. And then we go through the topics evaluator. Then there's the grammarian report. And then after the grammarian's report comes my final duties as a Toastmaster, which I have gone on this occasion. Before we wrap up tonight, let me share a short story about progress, not perfection. There was once a pottery teacher who divided his class into two. One group was told they would be graded solely on the quantity. The more pots they made, the higher their grade would be. The second group was told they would be graded on quality. They had to make just one perfect pot. At the end of the term, something quite surprising happened. The quality group, the ones who focused on making that one perfect pot, did far worse than the quantity group, the ones who focused on making as many pots as possible. Now, why is this? It's because while the perfectionists spent all their time planning, worrying, trying all about making this perfect pot, the other group, they just kept practicing. They kept learning from their mistakes and improving, and they kept making a better pot every time. This is the essence of progress, not perfection. Every time we speak, every time we take action, we're shaping our craft, just like those students were shaping the clay. So as we leave tonight, let's remember, we don't need to be perfect. We just need to keep showing up, keep learning, and keep making progress. One pot, one step, one speech at a time. Done is better than perfect. Thank you all so much for those that have supported me tonight. And now my final task is to pass over the stage to our general evaluator of the evening, Des Healy. And that is the end of my duties, and that is the end of the Toastmaster role. You will hand over and be able to sit down and take a nice breath. Hope you found that helpful.